Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Another day. Today's Sunday. Good. We're going into Psalms now. We're going into Psalms. A lot of people say Psalms is prayers. I beg to differ. We're in the second Psalm. You must know history and you must study and thus understand. So in the second Psalms, it says, "Why do the heathen rage?" How can that be a prayer? Who is the heathen and why are they raging? The heathen is the other nations. Any nation that is not of the nation of Israel. So all the heathen was born from after the flood, right, by Genesis, the 10th chapter. Israel was born through Jacob, Genesis, the 25th chapter. Esau came out also, okay, Genesis, the 25th chapter, because he was Jacob's brother. So Esau is the so-called white man. He was Jacob's brother. He also is the heathen, even though he's Shemitic. Okay, he also is a heathen. But the nation of Israel was not born until Exodus. The nation of Israel was not born as a nation until Exodus, when we came down into Egypt, when the forefathers came down into Egypt. Okay, let me just read that to you right quick. This is Exodus, the 1st chapter, so you can see. Now, these are the names of the children of Israel. So anyone that is not born of the men of the nation of Israel is considered the heathen. Okay, so if you stop right here, Exodus, the 1st chapter, and go backwards, all these nations which came from other men, whether Shemitic, whether Hamitic, or whether Japhetic, is not of the royal people of Israel. Okay, so now we're going down into Egypt, right? And it says, "Every man in his household came with Jacob, Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah, Issachar, Zebulun, Benjamin, Dan, Naphtali, Gad, and Asher. All the souls that came out of the loins of Jacob was 70 souls, for Joseph was already in Israel." So we was leaving what would be called the land of Canaan, and we were going down into Egypt, because Egypt, we heard, had food, because the Lord was bringing a famine. Okay, so now, that's why in Psalms now, clearing it up for you, it says, "Why do the heathen?" So now, when you go back to Genesis, the 10th chapter, any nation that was coming from men at that point, all the way up till Israel, is considered the heathen. See that? Cleared it up for you. Right? Why do the heathen rage? So why are they upset? And the people imagine a vain thing. These people, the heathen, imagine a vain thing. Breaking it down for you. "The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together." So now, how did they set themselves and take counsel together? First, they set up what was called the League of Nations, the International League of Nations. Then they set up the United Nations. So now they took counsel and came together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying, see that? So they have their own agenda. See that? They took counsel against the Lord. That's why they don't want to bring forth the Bible. That's why they had a separation of church and state. That's why they say, well, a man can do whatever he wants. Okay, and matter of fact, let me give you a verse right here. Let's go in the book of Daniel. Let's go in the book of Daniel. Let's see what they said, right? Daniel 7, right? Verse 8, "And I considered the horns, which is the other nations, which is Spain, and England. So they the horns that came out. And behold, there came up from among them another little horn. Behold, whom there 3 of the first horns plucked up." So those were wars, okay? The British Revolution, the American-French War, and then the Spanish-American War. So these were the 3 nations that were plucked up. "Behold, in this horn, America now, were eyes like the eyes of a man, and a mouth speaking great things." Speaking great things. Okay? So now they the ones, America, England, and Britain, set up Israel to go up against the Arabs that were there in the 1948 war. So now when you go back to Psalms now, breaking it down for you, This is not a prayer. This is destiny. This is prophecy against the Lord and against his anointed. So his anointed is who? Is against Israel, because Israel was chosen. See that? Israel was chosen. It says, let us break their bands asunder. What is the bands? The bands is the Bible. That's why there's so many different philosophies. This what binds us. This what keeps me understanding what is going down in the world today. And cast away their cords. See, a cord is something that holds you. See that? So this holds me to the truth. Without this, that's why they're watering down the Bible. That's why there's so many versions. International version, the American version, the this version, the New Revised International Version. Let us break this apart. That's why you got so many sections. So it says, and he that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh. The Lord shall have them in derision. See, that's why they all confused now. Then shall he speak unto them in his wrath and vex them in his full displeasure. Now, check this out. Yet I have set my king upon my holy hill of Zion. The holy hill of Zion, and the king is Christ. So they set up their own kings. See that? So showing you, I got to stop right here to put it together. Showing you that, number one, Psalms is not prayers. You got to know the Bible. Peace.